Welcome to Box to Lights and welcome to the Voyage of the Beagle Robinson Crusoe expansion presentation. I've been wanting to do this one for some time. It's a long campaign. We're going to string 5 scenarios together, so we're going to give you some edited highlights, tell the story and let you know what this expansion is all about. The Voyage of HMS Beagle saw Charles Darwin, at the time a young scientist, developing ideas which led to the theory of evolution. We're going to start by helping Darwin and his crew members collecting specimens from Discovery Island. Let's take a quick look at some of the components we're using. Firstly, we have a scenario book, wonderfully bound, thick cardboard, that's going to walk you through all 5 scenarios and also allow you to score your campaign. We also have Darwin's cabin aboard the Beagle, where you can keep track of the items you've collected and the points you've gained from scenario to scenario. I'm setting up with a 2-player game. Always add Charles Darwin. There's a scenario 2 side and a default side. If you manage to acquire the right number of points in the first scenario, then you get this extended life track for Darwin. So we're going to start here. He has an action pawn. He can take part just like Friday and the dog. So because we're playing 2-player, I'm adding in Friday, and I want that extra help that the dog brings us. We're going to go for the soldier and the missionary. Yes, you can use the soldier in this campaign, and the missionary is a new character that's been brought by this expansion. There's a whole set of new cards that I'm going to show you as and when we need to use them. A collection of new event cards, and there's these 6 Darwin specific events. They have this green book here. You'll only use them when you're playing these scenarios, so they're going to get mixed in for the campaign. Got a whole bunch of new tokens, and some here, different markers. There's a couple of interesting markers that have been added. You're going to find these useful when you're playing the base game. Remember the basket and the sack, I think it is. These were items that only could be used once per action round, so they're little markers to show you which player is actually using them. So that's a kind of a little addition that's useful. I am using the beach cards. This was a little mini expansion that came with the Kickstarter for Ignacy's book, the designer of Robinson Crusoe. Do to go and take a look at that. There's still plenty of these available. There's a new die, wooden ship marker, and you see we've got these ship tiles here as well. These are used in scenario 2 when we actually get to step aboard the Beagle. We also have a little reference sheet for scenario 3 and 4. So hopefully, as long as we don't fail before then, we'll come to those scenarios later in the series. We've also got some Crewman Cards. We're going to use some of these, and you can use these in your base game too, and these will help you again reduce the difficulty of the scenarios. We're going to use this for the campaign because we want to show you as much as possible. So in a hard game you don't use crewman. In a regular game, 1 at random, and in an easy game you can take 2 of these crewmen. Let's well, we're using Friday and the dog. Let's just take 1 at random and see who we get. The horse. Okay, that might be useful. The horse is going to allow us to explore at a greater distance on the isle without having to add those extra pawns. We're not going to talk too much about the rules because I want to tell you a story in this video. If you want to go and learn how to play, go watch my previous series on the Castaways introductory mission. We are going to be using the carnivorous plants cards in this scenario, the first scenario, because we're going to be going exploring Discovery Island, looking for fossils and rare beasts. And these plant specimens, look out for this one. This was one that I submitted to the design. I'm really pleased. Forgive my egotism for a minute, but yeah, I was on the playtester team, so get a credit in the back of the book. One day it will be under designer tag, but we'll see. Okay, so these are the plants. We'll give those a shuffle. Set those aside. We're going to need these crates and barrel tokens as well, but we'll keep them to one side for now. Let's finish setting up. You've been assigned to the crew of the scout ship HMS Beagle and will participate in the famous 1831 survey voyage Discovery. Help the ship's naturalist Charles Darwin catalogue the diverse flora and fauna of Discovery Island by gathering as many wildlife specimens as possible. Your ship has departed to restock provisions on the mainland and will return to transport you and your findings home. Gather what you can and survive to tell your tale. The first piece of good news is we have come ashore with some non-perishable food. One for each player, one for Darwin. Starting items, I've drawn the Bible, an empty bottle. Not so good. Actually, I'm going to use this one straight away. Push my weapon level up to 2. There's no reason why I shouldn't, I don't think. For the event cards, the new ones just get added to the deck. The Darwin ones, again, shuffle them in. You can always pull them out because they've got the green book icon, but the idea is you just shuffle them in. Alright, so I'll give that a good shuffle. Then we'll draw 5 from here, 5 from the regular adventure ones. That's our event deck. We're pretty much ready to begin. We've got the captain's chest, which he's foolishly left on the beach with us. Our objective is to gain 16 knowledge points. We can capture rare beasts, gather fossils, find plants, and we can also get some unique resource sets by placing chests on each of the different production icons that tiles give us. These give us 5, 1, 5, 4. We need 16 minimum, and we also need at least 1 each of these things in order to complete this mission with the minimum requirements. So I'm going to need the pot, I'm going to need the rope. Our priority is going to be this one, so wood collection. The rope and the pot are all about finding the right territories. We need hills, grassland. We need hills to find fossils or mountains. We've got the horse, so we're not going to worry about moving our camp. I'm going to keep the camp here on the beach where I can also forage for all that flotsam and jetsam that potentially we can make use of. I doubt it. It's a risky tactic and really just there for a bit of fun. But we'll see. The items, the inventions that we've got: furnace, sack, corral, bow and fireplace. I like the idea of some of these because my first priority is to survive. Let's set up camp, explore the locale, see if we can't find some of these hills as the adventure begins.